Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Hello and welcome to Brett's Picks. It is week number 5, NCAA men's basketball. Pick guru Brett Whitehead. How you doing, Brett?
Good.
I'm Gwen Schroyer, and today we're going to talk about games that Brett thinks everybody needs to know and who he thinks is going to win. 10 games, top 10 games of the week, Brett, on Saturday. And we're also going to talk a few other things. Hey, let's jump right into it. Here's a list of pickers, and looking at the top of the heap there, yeah, I know, 30 and 10. And Greg, I see you there at 29 and 11. All the way down to number 10 at Brandon Walker, 18 and 22. Don't know what's going on there, but he's doing better than he did last week. I think he had 7 or 8 games right this past week. Brett Whitehead.
And the
doing
SRO
very well.
too.
Yeah, SRO.
Morgan.
Brett, look at this, 25 and 15. That's a really good average.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Moved up to number 5 from last week's 6, I believe.
Yeah.
And you can see the rest of that. Okay, first game we have. These are, like I said, all games on Saturday this week. TCU at number 8, Iowa State. It's a noon game on ESPN+. Who do you have?
I'm going with Iowa State.
Iowa State for the win. Next game.
At home.
At home. South Carolina traveling to Lexington. And Kentucky's ranked number 14 right now. Number 2 at 2 o'clock on SEC Network. Who do you have?
I'm going with South Carolina.
Okay. And South Carolina on the road in an upset win. Next game we have Oregon at number 9, Michigan State. It's a noon game on Fox. Who do you have, Brett?
I'm going with Michigan State.
Wolverines holding their own at home. Next game, it's going to be Texas at Vanderbilt up in Knoxville. 1 o'clock on SEC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
I'm going with Vanderbilt.
Okay, Vanderbilt for the win. And
No. Texas.
I'm sorry. Okay, Texas on the road.
I didn't pick
Texas
them.
on the road. Both of those teams have struggled a little bit as of late. Texas on the road. Next game we have, and this is a big one, top 10 or top 15 teams. Number 10, Texas A&M at Missouri. And Missouri, of course, lost last night against Tennessee in a close one, though. They got within 5 points at the end.
It was 81. It was 81 to 83.
That's pretty good.
For Tennessee.
And then a 3:30 game SEC Network.
I'm going with A&M.
A&M on the road.
Going to Missouri.
To Missouri. Next game is Florida at Auburn. Florida ranked number 6, Auburn number 1. This is a big one. This has a lot of implications.
Yeah.
And Florida, of course, did have a loss recently. 4 o'clock game on ESPN. Who do you have?
I am going with Auburn.
Auburn and Bruce Pearl on his home court, locking it down.
A former Tennessee coach.
That's right. That's right. Next game. This is another big one. 2 rivals. Number 2, Duke at Clemson. The 6 o'clock game primetime on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
Clemson.
Clemson in a huge upset, but at home. Next game. Alabama at ranked number 3. Keep moving up. They're pulling right on up. Last week, number 4. This week, number 3. Arkansas at Arkansas, and this is an 8 o'clock game, also prime time on ESPN. Who do you have, Brett?
I'm going with Arkansas.
Big upset. This would be a huge landslide upset if the Razorbacks can pull this off.
Over Alabama.
That's right. So we'll see what happens. Brett picks it. All right, next game. Number 25, Ole Miss at LSU. 8:30 game on SEC Network. Who do you have, Brett?
I'm going with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss for the road win. And the next game, and we're going to talk about this one a little bit. Number 4, Tennessee at Oklahoma. A noon game on SEC Network. Now, Tennessee on the road, they've not fared as well as they have in home games. So what do you got?
I'm going with Tennessee.
Going with Tennessee on the road, playing at Oklahoma. Wonder if head football coach is going to travel with the team, Heupel. Go to his old alma mater, Oklahoma. All right, let's talk about polls. So first of all, we got the men's college rankings. This came out on Tuesday. You can see Tennessee moved up to number 4 on both of those. And these are now evenly matched up except number 10, St. John's and Texas A&M. Everybody else has kind of found their spot and holding in there. You can see the ups and downs for the trend. And then here's a look at the women's college rankings. And you can see we don't have the coaches poll, but the top 25 is holding in there. Texas at number 4, Notre Dame at 3, South Carolina moves to number 2, and Or was at number 2. The top 3 has stayed, remain the same, but Texas moved up, UConn moved up, and LSU moved up.
I was going to say tonight.
No, wait.
Tonight is UConn and Tennessee.
Okay, so UConn, Tennessee, and there's a chance
up in
for
Knoxville,
Tennessee to take over and show what their worth is. Okay, all right. Let's talk about high school basketball now. Now take a look at this. Bears basketball team overall 15-8. They're ranked 72 in the state, but they are 5-0 in district play. They're number 1 in their district, which means a lot. There's only 3 games left in regular season. I want you to look at this though. You see that VS right next to the logo? That means all of these are home games.
Yes.
So home game, home game, home game. Of course, Cleveland on Saturday, East Hamilton next week on Tuesday, and rounding out Friday, which is a half a day around here on Valentine's Day. And they're going to play Knox Catholic.
6:15.
6:15. Actually, I think, I'm not sure those times are accurate. I think they're all 7:30 games.
That one is still the same.
I think they're all 7:30 games.
That one's still the same, the Cleveland one.
Yeah, I think all of them are 7:30. I think that's incorrect. Pulled that information off of Max Preps. We know here at Bradley. But anyway, wanted to give you a look at that. 15-8. Let's look at the girls. Barrettes now, you can see 22-1. They are also first in district play instead of 5-0 playing district. Of course, Howard would not play them the other day, so it would have been a 5-0. They're nationally ranked. Tennessee ranked number 1, and again, there's all the games. And obviously, if Knox Catholic game is at 6, the boys are not playing at 6:15. Just saying. And if East Hamilton is at 6, the boys are not playing at 6.
I was going to say the brother boys, played at Howard.
And the boys did play.
And they won that game anyway.
You can watch that game on NFHS Network. I watched it yesterday and pretty impressed with Bradley's overall defense, especially
they won their
press,
game.
Just formidable on the press. They won by a landslide. So these games are very important. Of course, Saturday we're talking about 2 games. They want you to come here to Jim Smitty Arena.
That one's going to be here.
Both of the games will be here, 6 o'clock and 7:30. Show up and show out. There might be some JV games if you come early. Bring some pocket money and go to concessions.
You'll probably see somebody at the last game.
Who? You going to show up?
Yeah.
All right. So Brett Whitehead's going to make an appearance for the boys' game.
I'll be here for the girls and guys game.
Oh, both games. Okay. All right. Very good.
You know why I'm coming?
Why?
I get to see both of my friends play.
Awesome. That's great.
Abby White is coming back from a knee injury, and Avery Brewer.
Okay. All right. That's pretty awesome.
She's a senior.
Pretty awesome. All right. Take a look at this next panel. So this is our nationally ranked teams in high school. I want you to look right there at number 6. See the big arrow?
Yeah.
Bradley Central, nationally ranked at number 6. That's impressive. All of these teams are extremely good. And no, we do not have a national tournament. What happens is, though, Bradley plays against these other national teams. And if I'm not mistaken, we've beat 6 or 7 other state champion teams from last year. So that's huge.
Yeah.
And anyway, that continues on, and you're going to see a lot of great play. 3 more home games, but there is a bunch of postseason games coming up. Howard, of course, is going to host the district
down
games
there.
But you can watch that on NFHS. We'll have it for you tied together with the radio feed with Gary Omby and Steve Wills.
Yeah.
And you can watch those games that are Bradley games, not all the games. All the games will be on NFHS as well, I believe. But the Bradley games
not on radio.
No, they won't be on radio, but the games that Bears and Barretts play will have the audio feed connected to on NFHS. Yeah. And then region play, we'll find out how that shakes up and who's going to host. It looks like possibly Walker Valley, if they would continue to win out and win the district, they would host. So we'll see how that shakes out. It's way too early to tell that, as a matter of fact, but just looking ahead, we got a lot of games yet to play. So now you've got a niece that is playing.
Talk about high school football, basketball for tomorrow.
So other teams that are playing tomorrow night?
Cleveland will go to McMinn County.
Okay, and that's boys and girls?
Yeah.
6 and 7:30. Ray County and Walker Valley. Tell us about that. At Walker Valley.
Yeah.
So
6 and 7:30.
Mustangs
for
hosting.
For both.
6 and 7:30. All right, very good. So there's some basketball for tomorrow night, and then of course Saturday, right here at Jim Smitty Arena. Now let's talk about youth basketball. Brett's got some nieces that are playing, and Everly, your niece, is playing Thursday at Parkview.
That's today.
And against Charleston, though.
Yeah.
Parkview is the host court for that matchup, and that's
on
tonight
their campus,
at 6
on their campus.
And then tomorrow at Prospect,
other
Lee is playing Benton.
Yeah.
Now Benton is pretty good.
My other niece, Harper. Plays for North Lee.
Both of them. So I do know that the Oak Grove boys 2nd and 3rd grade team got put out the other night. My grandson plays for them, and if you guys have never watched, and probably a lot of you have, if you've never been to a youth basketball game, there's so much individualized training and effort and things going on. Those kids are learning so much. Now there's a few teams that just have a lot of players that are really good. North Lee has been that. They have a great coach. Some of the other teams, you'll see those as well.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun to watch. Please go out and support that. The tournament will continue through the weekend, and there are 2 brackets. I believe there's an upper echelon of teams that have played really good through the regular season. Then there's some teams that have not played as well, so they categorize them separately from the other.
Yeah.
And only these teams play each other, and only these teams play each other. So go out and support that at your local schools. Parkview and Prospect, 2 schools that are hosting.
Parkview.
And then the championship's going to be where?
I was going to say, the win, you stay in.
You win, you stay in. You lose, you go to a loser's bracket. But at this point, you're probably going to lose and be out.
No, the win, you stay in. Loser, season's over.
Right. At this point, you're right. So I think the championship games are going to be hosted at Ocoee Middle.
Yeah.
So
the final.
The final and the championship.
But for both. For
boys
both.
and girls. So play along.
You need to go out and
support that. In years past, Mix TV has picked that up. Steve Hartline and the crew. Don't know that they have plans to this year, but it was fabulous last year watching all that on TV. You got anything else?
You go to the parents have middle school kids go to North Lee. Go out and see my niece play.
Well, that's what we talked about.
She wears number 10.
Number 10, all right. And 23.
Yeah.
10 and 23 for North Lee.
My niece Harper is in 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
My niece Everly is in 4th and 5th.
Okay.
They win. They will stay. They will stay in.
Okay. Awesome.
The Tennessee girls will play tonight.
Tennessee plays UConn. That's going to be huge.
Up in Knoxville.
That's right. Anything else?
You see
Oh yeah, he's wearing our bands. If you come by and see me and say, "Hey, I need one of these," I'll give you one. It's BCHS TV and Bear Network.
And right here.
Come see me. I'll give you one. Right here. Well, that's all we have on Brett's Picks. So until next week, we'll see you
on the sideline.